In this video, you're going to be creating a visualization to look at developing by racial group. In that, we'll be going over how to change a bar graph into a chart, how to expand that chart to be able to see each of the labels within the chart, and how to do calculated fields, how to do filters, and lastly, how to change a calculated field from a sum to an average, either individually or doing multiple at a time. To start, I'm going to bring measure names up to column and race to rows. Now that we have those in there, I am going to go down to Q5. I'm going to double click and this pop-up will come. A little down, I'm going to go to create, and then we're going to get another little pop-up. I'm going to choose the top option of calculated field. And now we can put in an equation. I'm going to do Q5 plus Q7 plus Q10 plus the last one, Q12. Put all of these in parentheses. So working with all of them together, since we're working with 4 of the developing Qs, I'm going to divide by 4. Now for the label, going to say inclusiveness, and this label will be what pops up over here just to make it easier to find under tables. There we go, right there. And now we're looking at the change in NPS from pre-COVID and post-COVID. So go down to 2019, double click on the side, go to the create, calculated field, top option. Now we have 2019 score. So it's going to subtract by the 2022 score. We have that. Back to creating the name. This one is going to be change in NPS. Okay. Now that we have the calculated fields created, I'm going to go up to filter. Going to drag measure names up there. And going to get rid of anything that we don't need in our table, or that would just be too much information. And for the Qs, we do not need, we're not observing every Q, and the ones that we do want to see are already in the inclusiveness field that we created earlier. So I'm just going to keep that and get rid of everything else. We should only have 3. Hit OK. Now those are up there, but to get the values to be put in the bar, I'm going to do measure values here. The 3 we chose. And now to change from a sum to an average individually, you can go to this little arrow on the right-hand side, click the drop down, and there's a measure, and then another drop down. It's on sum right now. You can change it to average. Or if you want to change all of them at the same time, and that does work for your problem, you can go up to measure value, same little drop down, measure, choose average again, and now they are all changed. So now for changing from being a horizontal bar that it's chosen right now, I'm going to switch this top left option, and that will be a chart. This chart is a little small, a little hard to read, so I'm going to wait for these little arrows to come up on the very end and drag about there. And then to get all of these names for the different race visible, I'm going to the arrows again and drag. Now, if you went too far, you can edit it back again easily like that. A little more, just so you can see everything in the graph. And now we have a visualization turned into a chart to be able to observe the changes in NPS, average developing, and the average inclusiveness levels.